Well, thank you very much. Mr. President, Mrs. Minister, Mrs. Secretary General, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I totally agree promoting investments that are consistent with the Sustainable Development Goals of the 2030 Agenda. It's an absolute priority. Let me share with you some thoughts on what we can be done and what France is doing to repurpose capital to achieve this goal. I would like to focus on four levels in particular. First of all, I'm convinced that it is essential that the financial sector accompanies these transitions of our economy. Governments have means to stimulate such a redirection of finance, including private credit. A perfect example is export policy instruments, such as public guarantees on bulk export credits. France has started a coalition in 2021 called Export Finance for Future, which now counts 10 ambitious countries willing to better align their export finance policy on climate goals. We want to bring other exporting countries to the same level of ambition. More recently, France has taken a decisive step to get out of fossil fuels. We will no longer grant export financing to projects in exploration, production, refining, transport, and storage of coal, oil, or gas. This is enshrined in our budget bill for 2023 and in line with the commitments we took at the COP26. In this respect, we count on the participants of the OECD arrangement on export credits to deliver an ambitious, climate-friendly review as soon as possible. To achieve this, a common language and a clear definition of what is sustainable is needed. Thus, we are establishing a regulatory framework for sustainable finance at French and European level, based on major keystones such as the taxonomy or the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive. It will help stakeholders to channel investment into green assets. We also need to mobilize financial actors at international level via the One Planet coalitions, and it's also a key for a successful transition. Secondly, companies have a key role to play in building a sustainability economy and society. I will be co-chairing the next OECD ministerial meeting on responsible business conduct with the USA next February. This will undoubtedly be another opportunity to bring attention on this issue at the highest level. Large companies can no longer ignore what happens in their supply chains, whether it be forced labor, marine pollution, or deforestation. Therefore, France will continue to support ongoing work at the UN, the International Labour Organization, and the OECD that have been at the front of corporate due diligence for the past 10 years. In the meantime, it is our firm belief in France and Europe that we should go one step further by implementing binding rules on corporate due diligence. Several initiatives can be highlighted. In 2017, France was the first country in the world to pass an horizontal law on corporate due diligence. The law paved the way for a common regulatory framework at the level of the European Union, which is currently under discussion. Recently, the European Union has also developed legal initiatives to fight against minerals originating from conflict areas, deforestation, and forced labor, as well as to ensure that production, use, and disposal of electrical batteries do not have side effects on the environment. France will play an active role as a member of the European Union to ensure that these new regulations are well understood and effectively implemented by businesses in Europe and beyond. Another major level of action is, of course, transparency and comparability. In order to have an impact, the SDGs must be translated into concrete terms for companies. Europe is the forefront of this issue with the CRD. It will require companies to report on how sustainability issues such as climate change impact their businesses and how their operation in turn affect people and planet, a unique principle called double materiality. By enabling transparency, comparability, and consistency, CSRD reduces the risk of greenwashing and provides clarity for external stakeholders, whether those are investors or consumers. At the French level, we also have our own agenda to further work on sustainability accounting rules. The rapport Perrier, published earlier in 2022, is directly pointing out these subjects, and we are mobilized together with the private sector to develop this new and much-needed accounting system. Last but not least, the France 2030 investment plan marks a new and decisive step for France. It offers positive incentives for the transition to a low-carbon economy with 54 billion euro of public expenditure over the next 5 years and a strong focus on innovation in the aim of accelerating ecological and digital transition. This plan aims to address the structural challenges the French economy will face at the horizon of 2030. Half of this plan funds will be dedicated to projects that promote the decarbonization of industry, and about 11 billion euro of the plan has already been committed. I hope I have convinced you of the commitment of the French government on all this issue, and I will be happy to discuss it further with every one of you. Thank you very much for your attention.